Okay. Couple of questions. Is this working? Because I can't pull it up on my iPad. There it is. Okay. And it looks like the delay is still on. Okay. We're going to play the delay. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. It is what it is. It's delay time again. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm just going to have to roll with it because nothing seems to be, I don't know what to do. So, hello, everybody. Yeah. Whatever. I'm just going to have to deal with it. So, Dead Reification, welcome. Hello, everybody. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Nay. Hello, Nay. Anna. Days. Hello. Van Blue. Hello. I want to make sure I'm saying this. Dead Reification. I hope I'm saying that right. Dead Reification. Something like that. Taylor. Lady World. Black Lit Chick. Hello. Anna. Hello. Jen. Hadid. Hello. Anna. From Romania. Hello. Thank you for joining. What time is it over there? Robin, hello. Michigan, hello. Hadid, you had a horrible week. Well, I'm glad you're here. We can get together and bring up some good vibes and switch your mindset and get you going in a better direction. Astro Haley, hello. SG, hello. Lisa Marie, hi. Sharmetta, hello. Okay, I'm saying dead reification. Okay, I'm going to say it like that. Thank you. Okay, Hadid, my Leanne's not here just yet, but or I haven't seen her in the chat. Oh, we have another person from Romania. Jen, you're funny. Georgia Kitty and Anna are both from Romania. That's awesome. Okay, come on thing. Let me just text Leanne real fast just in case. So come on, brain, I can do both. What was I going to say? Oh, Hadid, when Leanne pops through, I'll make sure that have her send you the link to my 4-step healing process. I have a podcast episode, and it's my 4-step healing process, and that you can use for physical healing. There's Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Leanne, do you mind linking the 4-step healing process video, please, for Hadid? Thank you so much. And welcome. What was I just saying? Oh, Reflects Apathy says, hi from LA. Hello. So Reflects Apathy, I don't remember that name. That one would stand out to me. I would like to say, this is just some unsolicited advice. I would potentially, unless that like has a specific meaning or it's something beyond what it says, I would say that name is manifesting for you, and I would change that to something that's a little more going in the right direction for you versus like keeping you at like a stagnant neutrality. Because like apathy is just kind of like meh energy, and meh energy doesn't take you like anywhere. It just keeps you kind of stuck where you are. So I would just, just challenge you to think about that, unless it means something, obviously. I don't know. I'm just assuming right now. Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany just got back from her freaking cruise. I saw that. And you're sick. Tiffany, okay, hold on. JMR, hello, welcome. Brandon Simmons, welcome, hello. Tiffany, okay, I'm glad you brought it up and someone else was talking about sickness too. I wanted to DM you yesterday. I almost did, but I literally I was like, this is not, you don't just reach out to people and say these kind of things. But you posted on Instagram about coming back sick. And I wanted to say something to you because I've seen, how do I say this? I've seen people who share their sicknesses on social media, and it makes them worse. And so I wanted to send that to you. I wanted to DM that to you, but then it just didn't come out. It just sounded like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not going to DM this to somebody. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you mentioned it because, this first step of the 4-step healing process is to disassociate from the sickness. So take that fucking post down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get into like how I've seen people get worse, but I've seen it get real worse, like a lot fucking worse. Okay. Like the worst it can get because of that. So I just like, I'm personally like, I would never share like a sickness journey online. Because it's just reaffirming it and making it worse and you're adding everyone's energy to it, you know? So unsolicited advice, but if you want to, work on getting healthy, I would say take that post down and stop identifying with that. That's just my opinion. Okay. Okay, reflects apathy has a different meaning. Okay, cool. It usually does, but I always like to just point it out because it is out there. Like, reflecting apathy is, I don't know, even when you log in, you're subconsciously seeing those words. So I don't know what they mean, and I don't want to judge. I just like that's where my brain goes. Just because instantly that's how I am. It's like whenever I see something happening in the world where, I could help someone shift the energy and make it go in a better direction, I just kind of have to. I don't always necessarily do what I guess I want to. Okay, let's see. Nay says, last week I sent a super chat and said, every time I spend money, it comes back to me tenfold. But I meant to say 1000%. So let's try this again. It definitely came back over tenfold again. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hell yes. 1000%. I like that. That's a whole lot of percent. That's a mighty big minus. Does anybody know what that is from? What that quote's from? Okay. And it's part of your 10 commandments. Nice. And I like you said practice, because that's exactly like, all the homework I give you doesn't have to be a 1-week thing or a one-off thing. If you continue incorporating those exercises and principles into your life, it'll, obviously make you a more well-rounded manifester and, human being. Manifest your life on purpose is, how do we stay in alignment even though 3D is trash? First off, you can't call it trash. It's, if you call it trash, then it has to do what trash does. Hold on, I just thought. Hey, babe. Did you see about Tylenol? Thank you. Sorry. I forgot to take Tylenol. I have a headache, so I apologize. I'm trying to focus my way through, but it's okay. Leanne says, I know a comedian who wrote an entire album about their illness. Yeah. I've seen some stuff on that, and I just I'm like, please don't. But it's so hard to like reach out to someone and be like, you shouldn't share that, because it sounds like, who the fuck are you? But obviously I mean it with the best intentions, and like I'll give you the sorry, I'm gonna take some Tylenol just so everyone knows. I'm just showing you so no one thinks it's anything weird. Where's this thing? Can you see it? It's Tylenol. I don't know why it matters, but it's like if I'm taking a pill on live stream, I just want people to really know what it is. And there's another little Tylenol right here. Okay. That's all it is. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, and now I'm watching myself hold Tylenol's up on the camera. You just never know where live stream's going to take you. So, Leanne says, are you taking the red pill? I guess so. Okur, hello. I can't. Okuryazarkis. Sometimes I have a hard time with the screen names, and I apologize. Okay, so yeah, you can't call it trash, because trash is what trash does. What trash does what trash is labeled as. And so you have to decide that you are living in whatever reality you say you're living in. And if you hello Rachel, if you believe that the world sucks or there's problems in it, and I'm not trying to discount what we may have already collectively seen, or even if just my reality, what I've manifested, obviously, because it's we have these concepts about us being alone in our own reality, yet still I'm sitting here talking to, I don't know. Is it nothing? Is it like I don't know. So reality is interesting. But so like what I'm trying to say is like, am I just talking about the world that I've manifested? Is it different than the one that you've manifested? Do we think we're talking about the same things? And, through the lens of like my vision of my reality, whatever you type on your end is going to look like whatever it is on my end that I recognize. And I'm going to say on your end, what is relevant in your reality, and it's not going to be an exact match to what I'm saying in my own reality. Where's Dina? Because that's like kind of some Bashar shit, and Dina is really good with the Bashar. Okay. Oh, Rachel, you're talking about my sun and moon tattoo. Thank you. I was supposed to get my everything blacked out, but I'm scared, so I haven't done it yet. I'm like, once I go down that road, like that's a forever road. Oh my gosh, Anna says, I used a headache to get out of something I didn't want to do and manifested a terrible headache 2 hours later. Lesson learned the hard way. That's funny. So how do you stay in alignment while the 3D is excellent and getting better every day, and joy is spreading and love is spreading and you're seeing change every day? That quote, you have to be the change to see the change. Is that MLK who said that? I know that's not the exact quote. Be the change you want to see in the world. No, it's Gandhi. That's Gandhi who said that. And that sentiment, that idea, be the change you want to see in the world, that's like, if you think about it, that's manifesting. What it is so if you want your world to be not trash, then A, you stop calling it trash, and B, do stuff that will help your world be the change that you want to see, actually carry out and mentally and physically carry out the duties of the better world you live in. Does that make sense? Like, I am Malachi, hello. AD, welcome. Aquarian, hello. Maricel, hello. Okay. You finally made it for live. My dedication personally is to, share this information, to let everybody in the world know that they have this power to shine light outward onto the masses and show them how to shine their light as well, right? That's my purpose. So that's how I contribute to the world, and that's what I'm doing to make it great, right? And we'll leave the sentence there. But so again, you can't look at it. Mohammed, hello, welcome. Esso, hello. Mer family, hello. Killa Pop Tart, hi. So so I'll get to you in just a second. I wanted to read that part you just said. So yeah, just kind of figure out what it is that you are, how do you want to see the world? What do you want to see the world be like? What change do you want to see in the world? And then start becoming that mentally and, energetically, and then obviously do what you can to embody it physically. SO says, I only learned about manifestation about a week ago. I grew up Christian, sort of had a concept for it, but I couldn't find anyone who explained letting go of control until I found you. Wow, SO, thank you. And you said your videos have opened my eyes. Thank you, SO. And I'm really, I'm honored to be a part of that journey for you, and help you understand how you can harness this power. Because the thing about like Christianity, no offense, it's like it's all the same stuff. Like, this is what Jesus was talking about. So it's like it's okay to Amanda. Is this Amanda? Like real life Amanda? Hey, let's hang out. And if not, then you have the same name as my friend. Same name and last name, first name and last name. Okay, Katya, we're not rude in this chat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Yeah, we already, okay, cool. Everyone's already taken care of it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sometimes I get so, yay, Amanda, hi, let's hang out. um, I'm so good at staying focused and keeping my mind on track and reading the chats. And then there's not real life Amanda. Hi, other Amanda. You guys are so funny. Okay, yeah, text me. Cool. So, and Nay, thank you so much. I see that. I'll get that to that in just a moment. I just wanted to address SO, the Christianity thing again. With all religions, this is all the same stuff, We're all humans on the same planet. We're all the same species. We all came from the same source. There isn't multiple creators that created the same being on the same planet at the same, it just doesn't make any sense, right? It's like we came from one place. We came from one source. We all came from the same source, and whatever that is great. It's awesome. It's loving. It's giving. It's abundant. But it's where we get into trouble is when, oh, it's this one and it's this one. No, it gives. No, it takes away. And it's this guy and it's this person and they do this and all that stuff. You're wrong for that and you're wrong for this. When in reality, we're all talking about the same thing. It's available to every person on the planet if you're here, and probably beyond, because if you look at the what is it, law, what is the one with the 9 dimensions where it goes in, I can't remember, is that is that the law of one? That's not what I'm thinking of. Why can't my brain is so good at remembering what I'm talking about. Well, basically, how or is that Matthias de Stefano talks about that? Maybe it's Matthias, where he talks about how the being, the beings in the 7th dimension, they create from the 5th dimension, and what they create is the 3rd dimension. So maybe manifestation even happens once you're out of Earth. Like, it's a constant thing. Like, it might not just be Earth's thing. Manifestation might just be the whole, like, what we know of as existence. Obviously, I have no fucking clue about that, but if the Lucida, right? Thank you. Lucida. Full steam ahead. You said being rude. Yeah, being rude to weirdos makes you happy. I told you to be happy. Well, you can do that. Like, don't do that in my chat. Do what makes you happy and doesn't hurt other people, because what is wrong with, why would you do that? Okay, I don't even know. Why are you even here then? Like, goodbye. Okay, so so weird. I don't have any time in my day to like go on a live stream about stuff that I don't believe in and like troll people. Like where do you find the time for that? Okay, anyways, Fly Girls, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Okay, remember, yes, my focus is so on point today. Nay, thank you for the super chat. Says every time I spend money, it comes back 1,000%. So you just made $999,000. Fuck yeah, let's see that. Let's see that. Matthias, Jen says, Matthias, the one who says to work towards harmony. I don't know about that part. What I always associate with Matthias, I'm pretty sure it's Matthias. My brain is so good at recalling things today. But the 9 dimension, this is like the idea of the 9. I think it's Matthias de Stefano. And I heard him talking about it in in an interview with Aubrey Marcus. But he talks about the first dimension, obviously 9 of them, whatever. We already did that. All right, what's next? Oh my gosh, Nay, you couldn't hear anything till now? Glad you made it. Okay. Maya says, I started to prioritize me, claiming that I'm the prize, one of a million. It feels so great. And I started to see changes and taking people off the pedestal. Yay, congrats. That's awesome. That's how it starts. You just start there. and it starts to feel really good. You start to see changes reflected in the 3D. You keep going, and then it turns into its own self-perpetuating manifestation. Just like the idea that you don't just like the way you didn't prioritize yourself maybe before, I'm guessing, because this is what you're saying here, and not feeling like the prize, just how that became its own self-fulfilling manifestation, and just like happened on itself, happening. The same thing will happen when you start changing the way you believe about it. Day says, I've been able to manifest clear skin without my acne meds. Yay, congrats. That's awesome. Hell yeah, to feeling good about yourself. And AD says, I've been eating healthier and drinking more water, and your skin looks better. Also working out and living your best hot life. Yes, I love it. Hot person winter. Okay. How can I block this person? Hold on, I gotta block somebody in the chat real fast. So this is so fun. It's so much fun to do this. People are so kind and respectful. It's so nice to be in a community of people who want the best for themselves and for others and are kind and respectful and say nice things to strangers on the internet. Yeah, exactly. Who? I don't know. Doesn't exist. Tommy, hello. Okay. Dina, hello. Dina, we were talking about Bashar a minute ago, but now we've moved on, so there's just no recalling that information. Okay. So let's talk about Daisy. You're right. We do have the best community ever. Hadit, thank you. I know how to do it. I know how to run a live stream. I know it's easy to just say don't address it, but it's like you have to understand that when you're live, like I'm live and I'm reading things in real time, so I'm reading them out loud, and so it's just like, and when you're live, like the whole concept is like to verbalize your thought process. So I'm in the energy of reading and saying it out loud. So I understand that I shouldn't react. I get that, but sometimes it just happens because I'm reading it, I'm live, I'm speaking as I'm doing it, and it's just what happens. So I challenge anybody that wants to see what it's like to run their own live stream and see what it takes and what it's like, because it's an interesting animal. Marisol, hello. Sister Siren, hello. Appreciate it. My 444 necklace. Yeah, thank you. My husband got me this for my birthday. I appreciate it. Jen says, who's Bashar? So Bashar is, I don't know what you would say, a channeled entity. And he's channeled by Daryl Anka. Daryl Anka is the cousin, I believe, of, no, sorry. Wait, hold on. Hold on. My brain is like, okay, doesn't matter. I already established that my freaking brain is doing something today because it feels so good. Paul Anka, that's what it is. Paul Anka, he's Paul Anka's cousin who sings that Put Your Head on My Shoulder song, right? So he channels an entity called Bashar, and Bashar has it's kind of like Abraham, where it's like an entity outside of where we are, and they kind of give advice and help us understand what's going on and really harness the manifestation power and what's going on Earth. So his answers to stuff are like way beyond anything that I know as a human being. I don't know what's really going on, right? Like I have no clue what Earth is. I don't know what this all means. I don't know why we're here. I don't know who made us. I don't know any of that stuff. I get information in meditations. I'm always, studying and learning more from other people, but I don't really know what's going on. And I don't think any human really does. And so if you believe in channeling and believe, that it's a possibility to tap into energies outside of Earth, or at least in the unseen parts of where we are, unseen for us, then it's possible to imagine that he is channeling this entity. If you believe in Abraham, it's basically the same thing. And then once you hear them talk, once you hear Bashar like speak, it's very clear that like, how do I say this? Like, I saw Abraham live, and Esther is very different than like the Abraham energy. And so she's like she's not what you expect when she's her regular self. And I don't mean that in a negative way. She was actually like the most delightful woman. She reminded me as if like a cheerleader like grew up. She just had like she was bubbly, she was sweet, she was excited. She just had this like really like just light energy. Um okay. So, with Bashar, his energy is like different than Daryl's. Like it's just, I mean, obviously they could be acting or whatever. But like it's I don't can't explain it. Like they take on a different personality. So oh my God, Dina goes, of course I just got an email notification from Bashar. I had a super weird alignment moment too today. I was listening to an Andrea Schulman. I like to listen to her videos when I'm getting ready. And she was talking about like working out the kinks in the system, whatever. And I was doing my mascara in the living room because of the natural light, I can see better. And she goes, something you got to work out the little bugs. And the second she said little bugs, a gnat flew into the mirror in my eyes. And so I'm this far away from, this is the only thing in front of my eyes. I have 1 inch of earth or of space, empty space in front of my eyes. And the second she says little bugs, a gnat like flies into the mirror, like right in my eye sign. It was just, I was like, ah! My husband's like, what? And I was like, oh my God. But he had to be there. So I'm not surprised that, good things like that happen. Jen, if it's on YouTube, yeah, there is stuff on YouTube, but I think they like truncate it, so there's not a lot. Hold on, let me just text Leanne real fast. Okay. Oh, Lucida says, I was curious what it was like to see Abraham and Esther Hicks live. Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. And everybody in the room is like, on the same wavelength as you and they understand it. So that's a cool thing to be in that energy and around, there was hundreds of people there. It was in like, like the conference areas of a hotel. It was in like one of those. And she it was really neat. And she brought people up and did her thing. And then so like she had like there was a morning section and there's like a lunch break and then like the afternoon section. And Michelle, hello. Um, so okay. Do you guys want me? I can pause it. Okay, I can pause talking so that we can like actually just think about this. I just have to like get farther into my studio thing in here to do something for sure about this. Okay. So Tommy says, this week I've been really feeling a pull towards stepping into the unknown. I've been feeling stagnant, like I need to level up, walking the untraveled paths, building new habits, and taking action toward my dreams, goals, and visions. That I would take courage as they are unfamiliar to me, taking leaps of faith. Oh, sorry. Taking leaps of faith, period. I was doing that because I know Leanne responded, and I don't know why I was thinking that was your response. Leanne says, I was having the same feeling this morning. I need to interrupt my patterns and leave this old routine behind. Um, just give me 1 second. So, talk to me about, let's talk about, what did we do for homework last week? Let's talk about homework. Remind me what homework was, and then what how was your results? Okay, let's see. Leanne says homework was to question things we thought was a given. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So we were questioning beliefs that we just kind of assume are set in stone. Things that we just don't really question, things that feel like real life, feel like they're concrete, feel like you can't change that, or it's who you are. You can't yeah, so we're working on belief those beliefs about that kind of like keep us stuck, that we think are our reality. It feels like the prison that we're in. But actually, of course, it's something that we can change. So we want to be of the mind frame that we can do these all right, Julie. Do you all right, Julie, here's the deal. Do you want me to be I'm going to have to be really really real 100% real with you right now if you want this. If you're asking me for this right now on this live stream. Because I can't I do remember you and I can't sugarcoat what I'm going to say to you. So and I'm obviously it's said with love, but if you want me to talk about that stuff on this live stream right now, just know that I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything for you. Okay? With love, because I need you to hear me. So, let me know if you still want me to answer that. Kill a Pop-Tart later. Have a good week. Jen says, maybe I missed the assignment. This is what happens when I binge Roxy. Well, I appreciate it, Jen. Yeah, so basically, we want to be questioning our beliefs so that we are not just adhering to things that we think we're stuck with, and we're like challenging the norm. We're challenging our own expectations so that we can create something different and actually live these lives that we're trying to create, trying to manifest. Murr family says, questioning my beliefs has me changing my routine and relationships with spirit, and the result is so freeing and has broken old patterns majorly. That's amazing. Do you mind sharing with us a little bit? Like, do you mind elaborating? Like what maybe you've like what have you changed, or like what beliefs did you question? What are you doing to connect with spirit more? Oh, and Leanne says she keeps the homeworks documented and she posts them in our community if you ever want to join. Okay, Julie. All right, Julie. Here's the deal. He said, hi, Roxy. I spoke to you in the past about my situation, yet it's been a year and still not resolved. My 3 young children were adopted and I want them back. Solicitors saying it's been too long to appeal. Any advice? All right, Julie, here's the deal. All right, I'm going to say, again, I just have to say this flat out because I can't sugarcoat it. You are known to the Facebook moderators as somebody to watch out for with posts because of how circumstantial your posts in the Facebook group can be sometimes, and how much, like, how do I say this? I know for a fact that you have not been on your game, on top of your mindset for a year. That's what I'm trying to say to you, because I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes. So I will say that, like, what I've seen has gotten better in the group, but I still, like, it's like you're affirming to change this reality and get these things, but you don't want to change how you think about yourself. You don't want to change how you think about the situation. And I don't, I don't think that you truly believe it's possible for you, just from the way that you affirm and the way that you put stuff in the group. I I think that whatever, maybe the work you're doing is not in the right place. And so, you need to really focus on yourself. You need to really focus on how you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're believing, and what you're prioritizing in your life. And if this was my situation that I was going to manifest myself out of, what I would do is rewrite the story about your children, what's possible legally for you, and what anybody else has said. Write all of that and write it down, and then rewrite the story. Write down what you have, the negatives, rewrite into the positive story, change all that. I would be working on believing that story every single day, and I would be focusing on myself. I would be focusing on my self-concept, and here's where I'm going to get a little harsh, okay? I will be focusing on my self-concept, not worrying about what XYZ any other man is doing and how much they're paying attention to me, how much they're talking to me, who they're talking to, how much they're giving me stuff or whatever. That's not what my focus would be on. My focus would be on putting myself first and changing the way I think about the situation with my children. That's it. That is the only thing that you should be working on, in my opinion. If that's what you want, if you really want to change that, if that's the number one thing, then that's where your focus needs to be. And I'm not trying to judge. I'm just going off of what I've talked, like we had a session, I talked to you, and what you've done in the group, what I've seen in the group. And what I can say from all that is, like, priorities need changing. And the focus needs to be centered around you and the story about your kids, making yourself feel love in your life, appreciation, gratitude, expectation, joy, knowing that it's going to work out for you, practicing knowing, and like quit putting your attention on these fucking fuck ass dudes who are wasting your time and energy and taking your focus away from you and your children, which is where it needs to be right now. So, sorry. You asked and I had to double check to make sure because I don't, I just had to be real because I'm just not going to sugarcoat shit. So that's just my personal opinion. As a coach, like, you're not doing it right. And with love, like, I mean that, I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's like, I already said it. I already said it. So Stephanie says, I needed to be here today. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, Mystic Dragon says, Roxy, curious about your take on limiting beliefs. Do you think they need to be identified and dismantled, or do you think they can dissolve through repeatedly affirming your new self-concept and desires? Yes, both. Both. And what I think about that, I think it's limiting to think that it has to be either or. Does that make sense? Like the question was limiting in itself because what do you mean you're not doing both? Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So, identify and dismantle and affirm your new self-concept and your desires, right? Like, I always try to say, like, throw the book at it. That's the term I use for, like, hit it from every angle, like a power set on your arms. You're doing like all the different exercises to work your arms at one time, right? Or like in a short amount of time. So, not that I'm some fitness expert, but that's something. So when it comes to manifestation, here's the thing. Everybody's manifesting everything in their world all the time, forever. That's what Earth is, okay? You can't get away from that. So if that's what's happening, then you have to understand that you are expertly manifesting this version of reality really fucking well. So well that you can't even tell. So well that you can't tell the difference between your manifestation and reality. Okay? So obviously, no matter what you're working on manifesting, if you're not in your ideal reality right now, you don't believe it fully. Or you haven't convinced yourself, you have doubts, you have questions about it, you don't know, like, all the stuff. It doesn't really matter, but like, you'd be there right now if you believed it fully. There's just no way around it. So, this needs to be on silent. So, what are you doing right now that is revalidating the reality that you're in this moment? And it's literally stuff like, I'm sitting in this chair, which is it's a subconscious thought. I'm not even like consciously aware of the fact that I'm sitting in a chair. I'm not thinking about it. I know I'm sitting in a chair, but I know I'm sitting in this chair. I know I'm sitting in this chair. I fully expect this chair to be under my ass until I decide to get up from it. And then every time I walk into this room, I expect this chair to be in this exact same place. And so it is. And so that's what's happening with every inch of every cell, every fucking molecule in your reality is because you expect it to be where it's at right now. If you were to change your expectations, then the molecules would change. So if you've got beliefs that are keeping you in this reality, you need to be affirming away from them and also figuring out what the fuck you're doing that's keeping you here. So yeah. Mystic says, they said digging them up gives them power. And I was like, but they have power when they're buried too. So yeah, but you can't change them if you don't dig them up. That's the thing. That's the reason why you do dig them up. Hold on. Not saying that you can't change them, but if you're not aware that you have that belief, it may just continue to hinder you without you realizing, is what I'm saying. Now, of course, you can change anything. You can go to any reality that you can conceive of in the moment. But if part of your belief has like these restrictions as to like what Earth is and what you're capable of and what happens for people like you and what's happened in your life and whatever, then you will want to dig deeper, because again, if you're not there now, then there's definitely 100% beliefs about you and who you are and what you can do that are in the way of that reality. So if you want to get into that reality, then you need to dismantle and break through those beliefs. And again, you can affirm your way there, but then that's like convincing yourself. Okay, here we go. That makes sense. Affirming your way is convincing yourself. Dismantling them. Oh, let me try this one more time. Affirming your way there is you convincing yourself of your ideal, of the reality. Dismantling it is you unconvincing yourself of this reality. That's why I say, why not do both? Like, like you would empty out a trash can before you put another trash bag into it. You wouldn't just put another trash bag on top of the other trash bag. Does that make sense? Like you would clean out a pot before you put more spaghetti in it. You know what I mean? So you want to do both. And I'm not saying it has to be a before or after. It's just you want to do both. I want to cook spaghetti and I want to do it in a clean pot. Therefore, I must clean this pot and I must also cook the spaghetti. Mango. Jen says, I've cried a lot in this past week. I've needed it. Yeah, crying is so great. Just letting it out. It helps you kind of get out of the energy and just empty that cup so that you can focus on something else, right? When you're holding the energy in, when you're holding back, holding back the tears, I'm hearing Simply Red. When you're holding back the tears and you're holding back the years, when you're doing that, you are keeping yourself in like a heightened emotional state. The anticipation of feeling the emotions or letting them go, like obviously makes it last longer and like it's an unnecessary part, especially if you're going to end up having to deal with them anyways. So, like sorry, the analogy they're showing me is like a little kid being like being afraid to jump in the pool. But like once you jump in, you're in, whatever, it's fine. And there's just jump in. You have floaties on, you got dad's right here to catch you. There's no danger or whatever. But they're just like, just uneasy about it. Like the longer you stay in that unease, it's unhealthy for your body. Obviously the cortisol, the stress, and it's unhealthy for your mind because your mind is preoccupied with the thoughts that coincide with that storm inside of you. Right. So you can't focus on your reality. Okay, Julie says, thank you for being real. I'm trying so hard. It's just been hard to focus as I'm feeling so lonely. I get so much hassle when trying to find someone to support me. I guess and stop the unwanted attention. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I meant to say. And I didn't want to like go too far into it, but when you're like looking out for someone to support you, that's where it's like, you support you. You have all that you need. You have your children. You have a great home for them. You provide for them. It's the best place for them. You have more than enough money for everyone to be happy and living comfortably happy, healthy, whole. And that's where your focus is on. Not why isn't so-and-so calling me back and paying my rent? Like, or whatever, paying my stuff. It's like, no. Like I manifest them to get me money. No, fuck them. They're out. They have nothing to fucking do with this. You and your children. Those are the only people who fucking matter. If you spent, you said it's been a year and blah, 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 nothing. If you spent this next year, and please do this time, because I know we talked a year ago or however long it was, and we're still in the same place. So this year, what I want you to do is stop focusing on these people. Stop focusing on the fact that you're lonely. You're lonely because you keep focusing on the fact that you're lonely. You're lonely because you think that someone else has to provide you with the stability that's going to give you your family or your happiness. You're not giving it to yourself energetically and mentally. And so it's not being provided to you by the universe, by the 3D reality. So if you spent this next year focusing on your self-concept and the concept of your children in that situation, that you have enough and it's more than enough and you're the perfect situation, the perfect environment for them, and this is exactly where they're supposed to be, this is exactly where the government wants them to be, all of the affirmations that you would be saying and thinking if it were true right now, then that's where you put your focus. And if you did that for the next year, you'd have your kids. You would. But like, when you start to feel lonely, you need to give love to yourself and stop trying to turn to someone else to provide that for you. That's what you're going to always be in lack because of that. That is lack energy. I don't have this. Someone else has to give it to me or else I won't have it. That is lack. You must provide it to yourself mentally, emotionally, and energetically if you wanted to get it physically. Okay. Jocelyn, hello. And like, and I don't mean like yeah, whatever. However you interpret that. But basically my point is that you need to be convinced of it being real, and that's when you're going to get it. But you're more convinced that it's not working out for you, and that's why it's not. Jen just asked, general question, what do y'all do for fun? Good question. What does everyone do for fun? Oh, wait, you guys are talking about your signs? Okay, hold on. Thank you for reminding me. 51 minutes in. I'm so good at this stuff. Okay, so where's the thingy? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. This is the one. Okay. So Jen says, I mostly fire, the most ungrounded Capricorn sun I know. Lucita says, I recently found out my progressed moon's in Cancer. This past year, I cry so easily. So we are hosting our new January group program. And this one is, no, what? Hold on, what's going on? Why? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, sorry. Confusion, and we're good. So I'm hosting a group program where we will be taking your big three, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, and helping you become like the most actualized triple threat that you can become. Basically taking the strong stuff, the stuff that you like, magnifying it, amplifying it, stepping into the power of that stuff, and then grabbing the stuff about your sign or your chart or whatever that you don't like, the stuff you don't resonate with, the stuff that you feel like holds you back or drags you down or whatever, the stuff that you want to work on. And then we're going to work on shifting that. So the idea is that like when I've told you guys I've been meditating with my ideal self for like, it's been about 6 months now. And every morning I go in and I meditate with my ideal selves and I converse with these different versions of myself. And at first there was just one. And then after a few months, maybe like 4 months or so, a second one emerged. And so now I have like these two versions, and I've been talking to them for a while. And then one day in meditation, I realized that these three versions were my sun, moon, and rising sign. And I was like, oh my God, like I just didn't even realize it. So I'll tell you. So my three versions are, there's the billionaire. I call it, she's the daddy. She's the boss. She's the backbone. She's the one that handles all the business. She's the one that gets shit done. Then there's the socialite. She is the celebrity. She's the star. That's the musician. That's the one that's out front and center. That's the one who's talking to you right now. And then there is the manifester, the one, the creative, the driven, the force, the tenacity to get it done. And when I realized, I was like, okay, Scorpio, me, that's the one I identify with myself right now, which is also something that I work to incorporate them all so that I'm not just staying in the energy of who I think I am now. But there's the me that's going to make it happen. That's the Scorpio. The big daddy, that's the Capricorn, my Capricorn moon. And then the celebrity, the star, the what do I call it? The socialite, that's my Leo and my Leo rising. And it's just so funny that I was meditating on these parts of myself. And then all of a sudden I realized like, oh my God, those are my big three signs. So I immediately when I got out of meditation, I was like, Leanne, I need to try this on you. And Leanne's like, okay, I'm a triple Aquarius. I'm like, oh, fuck, Leanne, of course. That's good because you're challenging me straight out the gate. But we're still going to make it work. I was like, actually, I'm so glad that happened, Leanne, because I need to be able to, make sure that I have something for anybody that might be a triple or a double or whatever. But either way, it's going to be so fun. We're really excited about this. Everybody is going to get, everyone in the group program is going to get a custom, big three Roxy Talks breakdown, astrological kind of report. So we're going to talk about like, what are the strengths, quote unquote strengths, what are the quote unquote weaknesses. And then we'll kind of like go through all that in the group program. So really excited about this one. This is the January group program. It runs from January 24th through the 27th. It's a 4-day program. So we're going to get together 4 days in a row. Now, in the past, I've done like in the confidence boot camp, we did 3 weeks and we met every Friday. that was cool, and I liked that, but, it was so spread out, and this last program we did 3 days in a row for 2 weeks, and I actually like, the first week, I loved it so much. It was so invigorating and exciting and inspiring for me, and then by the second week, I felt myself a little bit dragging, so I was like, "You know what? Let's try a 1-weeker. Let's do 4 days in a row. We're getting together every day so we can really stretch this energy and, like, expand this possibility for a lengthened amount of time, and we'll just get together and do something really fun." So, if you're interested in joining that program, Trinity of You is what we're calling it. RoxyTalks.com/live programs. We're in pre-sale right now. So pre-sale's on for the next 48 hours. And you can get pre-sale prices. And then there's also a VIP option to add on if you want to get a 30-minute Voxer chat with me, a private Voxer chat, so we can talk about your chart and your signs or whatever it is that you want to talk about and like get really like deep on it. That's an upgrade that you can do when you sign up for the program. Lucita says, is this the Trinity of You that I mentioned before? Are you talking, I think you might be talking about the Holy Trinity from the meditation that I talked about. It's not exactly the same thing, because this is like something new that kind of came through, but it is also kind of the same thing. I haven't like the Holy Trinity was more of like your inner child, your current self, and then your bigger higher self. And then this one is like triangulating these 3 sources of power within you, and then like taking all the powerful stuff, amplifying it again, and then taking the stuff that drains us and then turning into something powerful. Using the astrological chart. So anybody that's into astrology, that's the program for you, because we're gonna have a lot of fun. So we got Leanne linked it to the chat. I will pin it to the chat as well. So that's what's happening. And then obviously we still have the New Year, New You Master Training is happening December 28th. So that one's fun. It's going to be quick. I always like to say, get in, get out, get the energy, go apply it. So we're going to be really getting rid of the energy of 2022 in the best way possible, the most loving way possible, welcoming in 2023 with high expectation and a plan to make these things happen. So, so yeah, that's what's happening at Roxy Talks over the next month. If you're interested, RoxyTalks.com if you want to sign up. Oh, one more thing. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Synergy is my membership program where you just get access to all of these programs, as well as you get instant access to all of my courses and trainings and everything, and meditations and everything that I've done. You get instant access to that. Plus you get every group program, every master training, and there's a special Synergy event every single month. And tomorrow is Synergy's special event. It's for Synergy members only. We're doing a manifestation trivia game night. So I'm just saying that if anybody is interested in joining Synergy, if you're thinking about it, today might be the day, because tomorrow is going to be our December private event. So you would get to come to the private little game night that we're doing tomorrow. So that's for our Synergy members. Okay, there we go. Thank you for letting me tell you guys that stuff. So Nay says, I like the week format. Me too. I'm excited to do it that way, because the energy from Activate was so good. And not that the second one wasn't good, but it was like it was different than the first week's energy. So I'm excited to like just like do these condensed programs. And when we're together so much, it helps you stay in that energy for longer. Okay. Mimi, hello. And I don't know my human design. I haven't looked at that at all yet. Jocelyn, how can you manifest a remote job? I have so many job opportunities coming to me. I am highly sought after. I'm the number one blank in my field. I'm the most popular, blah, blah, blah. People reach out to me every single day to offer me great positions. I'm always finding new opportunities. New opportunities come to me every single day. I am growing in my career. I'm so excited about my new job or my new placement. I'm so excited I got this. I'm so excited I always get the jobs that I want. They pay me so much. They pay me way more than expected. I'm super respected there. They love me. I love them. It's the best situation for me. It always works out for me. Everything always works out in my favor. Stuff like that. Those would be the affirmations that you would want to use. Court, I appreciate you. Court says, remember, y'all, we're all subscribers of Roxy Talks. We're all Roxy students learning to become more powerful beings and having a class every Monday. Thank you, Court. That's so kind of you. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great Monday, and thanks for being here. Tommy says, the chat today has been so informative. All the questions that I've been dancing with all week, Roxy's answered. We're aligned. We are all really aligned. If you think about it, though, it's, I'm practicing. You guys are practicing. We're all coming together at the same time. We're all in alignment right now, right? Because the focus right now is being our best selves and living our best life. Now, here's a question. Would my billionaire self be on Mindset Monday? I don't know. So while I'm here, it's maybe prudent for me to question, would I be doing this if I was doing the things that I plan on doing when I'm at my ideal, right? Does that make sense? Would your ideal self be sitting on Mindset Monday? And I'm not saying that to not have you sit here. I'm saying when you're here, be conscious of the fact that you're not this version of you trying to learn how to become your ideal version, but you're your ideal version, just enjoying a chat with your community. Does that make sense? Like, okay, how do I say this? Who you are in the moment, who you are right now, and right now, and right now, and every right now of your life, who that person is, that's the person that's manifesting your reality. So this is why the self-concept thing comes up a lot, is because does yourself think you are the you I'm talking to right in this moment? Or does yourself, okay, are you the you that you are right now trying to get to your ideal, doing everything that you can to get to your ideal, or are you your ideal right now? There's a difference. And one of them reiterates the fact that you're not your ideal. Does that make sense? Like, if you believe you're going to get where you want to go, or you believe you're going to become that, then start working on saying it that you are it now, instead of convincing yourself that you will be it, because you're already doing the work of convincing. You might as well go instead of going from 1 to 2, go from 1 to 10. Now, you said you tithe. Are you tithing because the money comes back around? Or are you tithing because you have tons of it and you just want to give it where you can? You know what I mean? Just thinking about the energy of what you're doing behind it. Also, I just started a new book. It's called How Rich People Think. Fucking cool. It's a really good book. The chapter is only 1 page long. So I only read a few pages today, but maybe 4 or 5 in. But maybe 6, doesn't matter. Really good stuff to think about. It's literally just basically he's like the masses, middle class, people in the middle think like this, whereas the wealthy think like this. And it's just everything. Middle class people think this, wealthy people think this. And it just gives you, a nice perspective on how am I actually approaching and looking at this situation? Am I approaching it as my old self that needs to fix these things in order to get that? Or am I just looking at it as I am that now? Lucida says, I've been questioning things that I do, such as, would me in a desired relationship keep watching who you're going to marry tarot spreads? No, you would not. No, you would not. I'm married. I will never watch those. I won't even watch my favorite YouTuber, tarot YouTuber. I won't even watch his pick of cards because I'm like, I don't care. Tell me what is going on with Beyonce and Harry and Meghan, and I need to know. That's what I care about. I want to know what's going on with the celebrity gossip. That's why I watch the cards. I literally do not, with love, I'm not watching a pick a card video, period. If I want to pick a card, I'll just go fucking pick one. But you and your happy marriage is not going to be watching that shit. Why would you? Maybe to be fun, okay, let's see if the tarot card picks you or describes you. Maybe once in a blue moon, you do something fun like that, but you're not watching those things. You said, would my prosperous self talk about discount prices? No, they would not, Jillian in my head. She's so funny. I always hear her in my head. She's like my Jiminy Cricket. Um, they would not be talking about discount. Like a wealthy person doesn't even what? Oh, discount? It's not even part of the. Just tell me what it is. Tell me what you want. Tell me what it costs. I don't care. Just tell me. They're not worried about that. So and the other thing about that is because discount is lack mentality. Discount, if you're looking for a discount, it means because you have the understanding that spending less money is good because you save more money. And even like saving money was in one of the first 5 chapters of that book. Not poor people, but middle class people, whatever, middle people in the middle. Think about saving money. And I can't remember what the other one is off the top of my head, exactly what they said. But basically the idea is that like if you're thinking about saving money, you're already in lack. If you think that if I spend 14, there's going to be 14 less in my bank account, then you're in lack. And you're not using the power of the energy here to like expand what you're doing. You're closing yourself off more and more. So even if you are buying something with a coupon or on discount, the energy is of, dang, I'm so abundant. I have even more than I thought, versus like, oh, I'm so glad I get money off of this or something like that. Does that make sense? It's just a different perspective of the same experience. Fly Girl says, Rich as Fuck is a great book. Yeah, I love that book. I read that book like 5 times. It is an excellent book. If you have not read Rich as Fuck, definitely read that one. It's so good for money mindset and just like kind of breaking down the ideas of like what's possible. Dina says, I want to live in the unknown too. That's awesome, Dina. I love that. I love that. The unknown is where a lot of good shit is, Jen says, I enjoyed life more when I was traveling and spending it. I told you I was listening to Andrea Schulman today. She was talking about how money, she was like, if you don't, people tell you like when you want to get out of debt to save money, but in reality, spending money is what brings you more money. It's the energy of releasing money that brings more of it to you. So it's like a backwards way of thinking to think that you have to save it, because actually that's the energy of hoarding, and hoarding closes you off to money. Sana, hello. Welcome. Coffee says, I feel overwhelmed after some time living in the end. Do you want to elaborate? What do you mean by that? And give me some details. Sana says, about to order a cookie dough. A cookie dough? What does that mean? They sell cookie dough by the Okay. Griselda says, I know you don't care about love, but this guy, I don't care. It's not that I don't care about love. I do care about love. I'm happily married. I love the fact that I'm happily married, but I think you guys put way too much fucking pressure on it, and you don't look at it the right way. And that's why you don't have it. It's not that I don't like it. I don't like the way you guys think about it. I don't care for the way you think about it. I don't care for the way you talk about it. I don't care for the way you whine about it. I don't care for the way you insist upon talking about how it's not working. I don't care for that. You're right. But that doesn't mean I don't care about love. I love my husband. I love my life. I love my relationship. I'm happily married, but I'm not sitting around, sad about it and wondering when he's going to go away again. Why isn't he? Why won't he just, that was my mantra before I manifested my husband to come through the right way. Why won't he just, I don't understand why he won't just, why won't he just blank? Why won't he just blank? I just didn't understand why he wouldn't just do this one little thing. And it was because I was saying that all day long. So Griselda, watch my videos on hot and cold behavior, manifesting the opposite. Not reacting to the 3D, because what's going on is you have a pattern in place that's manifesting the relationship, the person to go away. And then when they go away, you're not on top of your game enough to realize that's your pattern and to affirm through it. You're reacting to it and acting like something's wrong now. So Linda says, stop making me want cookie dough. Yeah, what are we talking about here? Oh, you said it's the whole shebang with ice cream? A tub of cookie dough. How do you guys say it? with ice cream. A tub of cookie dough with ice cream. I don't know. We might not. I don't know. That might be one of those things that the UK and the US do differently. How did my husband propose? That's a funny story. Coffee says, also, what can I do if I want so many things? Coffee, I have an, check my 360 method videos and manifesting multiple things at once. But my 360 method, that's my signature method. That's how I manifest and what I teach. That's how you can manifest across your whole life and get everything worked out all at once. RoxyTalks.com if you want to get signed up for the wait list for the next round of 360, which is happening in January, or check my videos here on YouTube, Roxy Talks 360 Method. How did my husband propose? My husband proposed to me drunk at like 3 a.m. And we were out of the bar. We were young. We were in our 20s. We were out of the bar, and we like came home and we were locked out of our apartment. And so we were just like out in front of our apartment door, like locked out. And I can't remember if we called my husband's brother lived with us. So I can't remember if we called him or how we ended up getting in, but we were stuck outside for a minute. And somehow my husband ended up on his knees or on his knee or something. And he was like holding my hands, and we made a joke about, I think I made a joke about it. He's like, well, do you want to? Will you marry me? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, get up. Like, what are you doing? Because he'd always said he would never get married. And so I honestly just thought we were going to be like domestic partners our whole life. I knew we were going to be together. We'd already committed to being with each other. And he always said he didn't believe in marriage. So I was just like, man, I don't really care if I get married. We're going to be together. So who cares? And then so that he was just like on, we're wasted. I'm like, what are you doing? And he just said it. And he's like, no, really, do you want to? And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And so we called our parents at 3 a.m. drunk because we were like, we just got engaged, just, because we were drunk. And then the next morning we woke up, we were like, oh, fuck, I guess we're engaged now, because we called our parents and told them we were engaged last night. So that's how it happened. Everyone's like, very romantic. I know, it's so funny. Yeah, that's my romantic story. I really did not believe. I was like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? But yeah, listen, and there's another thing I'm just realizing now is like getting my husband, rewriting my husband, and becoming engaged was all done with zero attachment to it. I had no intent. Like, once I let go of my husband, I literally let go. I had no strings attached, except for the fact that I was going to remain friends with him, of course, because we were great friends, and we were next door neighbors. But I literally let go of every expectation I had for him to be my partner. And then that's what made him come through. It happened within hours after that, after the letting go process. And then, with the marriage thing, I really just had no I just wasn't stressing about it in any way. It just wasn't on my mind at all. And so there was no resistance to it. Because I know people are like, really want to get married really bad, and they think about it all the time, how bad they want to get married. And it's like, maybe that's why you're not, not that it's Rebecca. Hello. Not that it's not, I'm not saying don't think about being married, but I'm saying don't think about how come I'm not married and I just want to be married so bad. Oh, that reminds me. I am on, Leanne, do you mind, can you see if there's a link? Is there a link to the single to family thing? I'm on a panel. I forgot to tell you guys. And I think it's starting this week. I think it's like they're dripping the content out over the next week or two. And I'm gonna try to find out if there's a website for this. Basically, I lent my expertise as a manifestation coach to help people who are single but want to manifest having marriage and a family. So this panel called Single to Family is, I think there's 10 experts on it, and so it's probably 2 weeks long, Monday through Friday, I'm guessing. I should know that, but it's okay. And there's 10 of us, and it's relationship experts, it's therapists and stuff like that. And so I'm the manifestation perspective. And so anybody that is, in that space of like you don't have the family, but you really want to manifest it, there's a whole thing. So let me try to find this link. And I think Leanne's looking too. Oh yeah, I think it's singletofamily.com, which is probably smart because they're smart, and that's what a good website to pick for themselves. Singletofamily.com. I'm just gonna pop it through my whole thing real fast. And that's TO. Single TO family. Yep. Okay, cool. There's Marina. Yep. Oh, there's me. Yeah, so there's 10 people. Let's see. We have manifestation, SMBC. I don't know what that means. I apologize. Relationship, intimacy, fertility, psychotherapist, conscious dating, another SMBC. I don't know what that is. Counseling, matchmaker, and then energy work. So December 20th through the 30th, 10 coaches. And so if you fill out your name here, you can get a ticket to that. And I think there's also some sort of, all right, there is a way to like buy the whole thing, and you can get it all and download the whole thing. And then if you want that, thank you, Leanne, just put, we have an affiliate link. So if you want to buy it, hold on, let me click this link you just put up. Oh yeah, actually, Leanne, let's just put the affiliate one. And just can you rewrite that and write single to family and put that link there, please? And then we'll just take this one off. Take the top one off. Why can't I? It won't let me delete your message. Yeah, thank you. And then change, just say single to family and put that link, because it goes straight to the affiliate. So if you sign up, that way it's through my affiliate link. So I don't know what it is, the percentage I get, but I'm just letting you know I do get a percentage from that if you sign up through that link. If you don't want to give me a percentage of that and you want to buy it, which is fine, it's up to you. Singletofamily.com. Don't go through my link. That's on you. And I don't think you have to buy it. I think it might be, I don't even know. I'm so terrible. I'm so good at remembering things and being on top of stuff. SG says, OMG, I follow the dating coach. Yay, perfect. That's awesome. So yeah, check that out. And listen to what everyone else has to say and see what kind of info you get. And then Marina, I think this is like her passion right now is kind of helping people do this stuff. So yeah, that was fun. And I apologize for not knowing more. I honestly, I don't have a lot of time for anything outside of running my business. So when I do extra stuff, I almost have don't have the brain capacity to. If anybody is older, the episode of the Bundys, Married with Children, when Kelly goes on the game show and she learns all that information, and then she can't remember what her dad's name at the very end. It's that. It's my cup gets full of this other stuff, and then the rest of it just spills over the top. So I apologize for not having the best details about that, but we got the website. We have the affiliate link if you want to join through that. And Marina Curry is the host of it. I think that's, you can get to her Instagram. No, excuse me. It's Mermaid Manifesto. That's her Instagram. You can go there. So, oh my God, everyone's saying the chat keeps going to 111. Yay, we're magic. Mimi says, what's the best way to affirm change in your body? Okay. So I'm working on this right now for myself. And what I'm doing is I'm affirming. So for me, it's I'll just say it's weight related. So I'm working on being fit, weighing a certain amount that I want to weigh, having my body look the way I want it to look. And so I'm really focusing on reading two words at once. I'm really focusing on focusing. I'm focusing on all of the thoughts that go into my concept about my body. Because what I'm realizing now is I think I might have said this last week, but now that I'm 360ing this part of my life, which I just didn't think about it before, right? Or I didn't have the desire to before, I guess. Or I was just too wrapped up to really like work on it. But now this is what I'm really working on. So I'm paying attention to how much what I think about reaffirms the body that I have and the body that I think I've always had, right? Like I had this idea of like what weight my body was comfortable at and what it would always settle to. And that was like I always called it like my homeostasis, like the just my neutral weight. And so why would my weight always hover around that number? Because that's what assigned it, right? So I'm making sure that I'm reassigning what I think is my baseline, my neutral number, changing that. And then it's like, obviously, when I step on the scale, I affirm what I want. I'm watching my affirmations and making sure that I'm only calling myself the type of body that I want. But here's where it gets interesting. This is where I started. That stuff I was already doing before. This is when, now that I'm like really getting deep into it, like I said, I'm really 360ing it right now, is because I'm realizing that it's not just my thoughts about my body that are affecting it. It's thoughts about food. Like, can I eat this? Is it bad? Can I have like, oh, I shouldn't have that because, actually I can have that because like, you must, you have to look beyond the ideas about your body, like, because it's so much more goes into it. And like, does eating make you fat? Does eating give you fuel? Does eating make you fit? Do you choose the right foods? Are there right and wrong foods, right? Like all of these concepts. Is it okay if you have a cookie? Would your ideal body have a cookie right now? Probably, because they'd be in their ideal body and they wouldn't be worrying about their weight. So it's like, if that's the case, then I need to be able to like eat this and be excited about it and then still know that I'm going to lose weight or be my ideal body and not attach this idea of like, oh, I'm going to have to work that off, or, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. Because then why? Why shouldn't I have eaten it? Because it's going to make me fat. It's like all these things, they trail after each other. So you really got to focus. That's my personal opinion. Like, I want to change the way I think my body is. I want to change my body, my concept of my body completely. So I'm working to find every thought that I catch myself thinking that reinforces what I used to think my body was capable of. Does that make sense? Hadid says, I did that and I lost 30 pounds. There you go. There you go. And I've been doing it and I've lost about like 17 pounds in the last few months. And I will say, like, this is why I'm doing the physical, if you guys want to know. I've always been vegan, or not always, but I've been vegan the whole time. So I've been vegan for 4.5 years. I've been eating more salads and not just like, oh, I'm eating more salads. Like, I'm just like incorporating like lettuce more into my diet. And like I told you guys before that we eat like lettuce cups all the time. And we're just like, now we're having burger salads instead of like burgers, because I decided I wanted to try gluten-free because I wasn't like the way my body felt with gluten. So taking out some stuff like that. But other than that, I haven't really changed my diet too much. And then I started working. We had a wedding to go to, so I started working out like once a week. And then I was working out every Friday for a few months until my birthday kind of knocked us off. That was last month. So that's how long it's been since we worked out. It was like a month. And I've just been affirming. That's it. So, oh, and then I haven't in a while, but sometimes I would wear a waist trainer. But that's really it. That's all I've done. And I've lost 17 pounds. And I'm obviously still going, and we're going to go there. We're going to keep going. But, I'm really like, you really want to change the concept of who it is that's manifesting. Again, are you the person who's in the old body trying to convince yourself you have the new body? Or are you the person in the body you always wanted? Period. Just existing, Leanne says, my latest Kite Hill sour cream was moldy. See, they need to do something about their packaging. You should DM them. They sent me a free coupon. Well, they were going to send me a free coupon, and they had to like jump through all these hoops. I was like, I don't need a free coupon. I just wanted to tell you that the shit was moldy. I don't need to get it for free because I honestly I don't know if I want to buy it again. But I do like Kite Hill's. I think their cream cheese is the best, but I've never gotten a moldy cream cheese, thank God. But multiple of their products I've gotten have been moldy when I pulled the foil back. But you should DM them on Instagram and tell them what product it was. And you should say the same thing I did. Just want to let you know you might want to work on your packaging or something. Or you might want to consider different packaging because they're coming out moldy. Say the same thing I said. Okay. Okay. Nay says, OMG, OMG, I'm eating a salad right now. What's on it? I love salad. Oh, Fly Girl says, I love making cabbage wraps. I'm just like really into lettuce right now. I just don't like, I've never really cared that much about it. And now we're getting iceberg and we're getting butter lettuce and we're getting kale and we're getting arugula. And we're just having like as much of like the leafy kind of stuff as possible. And I actually enjoy it. It's kind of interesting. So what are we talking about? Sometimes we divert into food talk, Goth Brownie. Food is probably my number one passion in life. So I sometimes it seems like every live somehow just like devolves into food talk at some point. Mimi says, okay, so I have flat feet. Would I affirm I had arches in my feet? But how would I word that? I have high arches. My feet like if you had high arches when you thought about shoes, you would be making sure that you had shoes that would support your arches. Right? Like your whole personality would be based around the fact that you have high arches versus right now that it's based around the fact not saying your whole personality is based on flat feet, but you think you have flat feet. So everything that has to do with your feet and walking and who you are and how you look at all that stuff comes back to the fact that you got flat ass feet, which is not true. It's just the story that you have. So you need to be like envisioning them having arches. I have such high arch. I mean, literally, what would you say? I have high arches on my feet. You might not be saying anything except like, oh, I got to get something to support my arches. I got these high ass arches. My arches are so high. But you wouldn't be saying I have flat feet. You wouldn't think you had flat feet. You wouldn't think you would have to manifest high arches if you had. Do you get what? That's what I'm trying to say. Are you someone with flat feet trying to manifest high arches, or do you have high arches? There's a difference. There's a difference in the mindset. So literally, you could literally go and like find a blog of people who have high arches and see what they say. Find out what they are actually saying in their real world when they talk about their high ass arches, and then say that. Those anybody that's living in your ideal life, if they say a sentence about their life, that's an affirmation you can use. Anyone living in your ideal or doing something you want to do, when they're just talking about it plain as day, like I'm sitting on a chair, they're talking like that, like this is my life. Yeah, I went to blah, 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 and then we did this, and then so-and-so is like this, and blah, blah, blah. They're just talking. Those are affirmations that you can use to get, not maybe necessarily where they are, but like wherever you want to go or into the same kind of energy. Leanne said, I couldn't pick a high arch out of a lineup. I bet you could. If it was between a high arch and a flat foot, I think you could tell the difference. If you don't know what that means, you probably have like normal arches then. You probably have average arches because you haven't had to worry about it either way. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I think people with high arches have a hard time finding shoes because the arches in the shoes don't support them enough. I think. Vivi, I would not affirm that. Okay. Guitar Bert, you're going to a school concert. That's cool. That sounds fun. I miss school concerts. Jinx says, I stepped away for a second, thought we were talking about brow arches. I got flat ass feet and flat ass eyebrows. No, I have high arched eyebrows and perfectly dainty, beautiful feet. Like, I'm not trying to take on any of these ideas. Okay. Lucida, I love it. That's a great idea. Show the girlie some love instead of some judgment. Oh my God, SG. I know what that is because I used to watch so many like plastic surgery shows, or like Dr. Miami when that was Snapchatting, when the world was doing that. But why don't you affirm my ab muscles are tight. My ab muscles are completely so I don't know, something like reform together. I don't know. You'd have to work on the wording here because this is like off the top of my head, but like visualize what it's like when they tighten those back up. Like I know they're what is the doctor from Canada, the Montreal? I can't remember his name, but he like would apply when he would do like a tummy tuck. He did like an internal girdle thing, and he would like sew up the abdominal muscles and like pull them tight together or some shit. I think it's been a while, but anyways, you can start saying that it's all my organs are in the right place. My stomach keeps them tight. My abs are tight. Visualize like the actual like the fibers like fusing back together or whatever. It's your body. And Jinx says, I had a friend who just had surgery for that. She's feeling much better. And that's the other thing. It's like if you visualize that, and I'm not saying you have to get surgery or whatever. I'm just saying it might lead you to a surgery. It might fuse on its own. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would just say like, stop putting any energy into the idea that it's the diet. I'm not even going to finish diastasis, blah, blah, blah. Disassociate from that right now. 4-step healing process. Step number 1, disassociate from that shit right now if you don't want it to be the case. Everyone's talking about their arches. That's so funny. People in the chat are like, what the fuck are we talking about? Mohammed had a set schedule for manifesting all areas together. Mohammed, check out my 360 videos right here on YouTube. It's more, it's like, to me, it's, yes, you want to be scheduling your day around your mindset, in my opinion. Like that's what, when we dive deeper into 360 method, like in the program itself, we get really deep into covering your day and making sure that your bases are covered all day long. But this is what I want to say about it. You're already manifesting all areas of your life together right now. And it's because of what you think about it. It's because of what you believe to be true. So if you were to work on believing different things about the different areas of your life, then it wouldn't matter when you did it. It just, you change, you work on the thought as it comes up in the moment. So if you're thinking about love, you're controlling the way you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about money, you're controlling the way you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about health, you're controlling the way you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about possibility, you're controlling the way you're thinking about it. And so if every moment of the day you are controlling how you think about the things you naturally think about, then you can shift what you manifest naturally. You said my abs are so tight, my organs are so protected. Yes. Leanne linked the 360 method video in the chat. Thank you, Leanne. Okay. What time is it? I'm getting hungry. We started talking about food. Now I got food on my mind. Okay, let's talk about, let me just remind everybody that we have our brand new January group program called Trinity of You. It launches today. Today is the first day that we're opening enrollment. It's pre-sale right now. So the pre-sale price will go away in 48 hours. It's $777 right now, and it will go up to $999 on Wednesday at noon PST. So that's what's happening. This program is going to be helping you harness the power of your sun, your moon, and your rising signs to take the programming that you might have already come to earth with, amplify the good stuff, and then use the stuff you don't like necessarily to be reframed and turned into something that, again, adds more power to you. So that is our January group program, Trinity of You, on sale right now, roxytalks.com/live programs. Tiffany says, okay, meditation question. Have you been shown images or messages that were uncomfortable or disturbing? If so, do you allow them or try to stop them? Like I've definitely had times where my brain went somewhere I didn't want it to go. Usually for me, it's like death stuff. It's like people who have died and I don't want to like go there. I don't want to tap into that sadness while I'm down there. And so, because sometimes that's not where I want my meditation to go that day. Um, and that's probably because in my meditation, I often see my dead people. So I have to control what I allow myself to think about when I'm down there, because if I go to like regrets and things like that, then it's like not good. It's not a good environment for me. But do they show me like bad images? No, they don't do that to me. And I also have an expectation that I'm completely protected in meditation, that only good entities have access to me, and that anybody that's intending to do harm or anything that is harmful just can't even penetrate. So that's just my personal idea about it. Um, so what are you, or when you say disturbing images, like what do you want to elaborate? You don't have to, but if you want to share whatever that is. Mer Family says, I'm selling out all of my artwork and getting in Roxy Synergy program. Yay, Mer Family. We love Synergy. It's so much fun. And we have such a nice little family, and we're all getting to know each other so well. We see each other a lot, obviously. We see each other on group programs. We see each other on the master trainings every month. We see each other in the private Synergy only meetings. And obviously we're in the chat together. So like we definitely see each other. We see each other a lot. So Judy, you have a tuxedo kitty too. Yay. They're so funny. Judy, does your cat talk a lot? Do they have like a crazy personality, like really like too much of a person, like too much for a cat personality to have, but like does your cat talk a lot? Because I feel like it's a tuxedo cat thing, but I'm not sure, but I want to hear if yours. Because my cat talks all day long. Okay, sorry. I'm seeing like all these questions at once. I'm trying to make my brain choose. Happy holidays, Jinx, and glad you made it. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? Oh, Leanne says not counting Mindset Monday. Oh yeah, and Mindset Monday too. So yeah, we Synergy people, we see each other like at least, it seems like it's like once a week at least. Sometimes more. You said, okay, yours too, they don't shut up. Yes, you said in the best way ever, they don't shut up. I don't know if mine's in the best way ever, because sometimes I'm like, girl, what? Like, I don't know what to, I've given you absolutely every solution that I have. I've given you every treat. I've given you every toy. You have the catnip, your window's open. I don't know what to do for you anymore. And then she just sits there just like screaming sometimes. But they are just so much personality. It's so funny. Oh, Leanne says, when this month is over, we'll have spent about 17 hours together, not even counting Mindset Monday. Whoa. Okay. So 17 hours of Synergy together in this month alone. That's pretty crazy, honestly. That's really crazy. It's definitely the best, like, I don't want to say deal, because we are abundant thinkers. We don't need a deal, but it is definitely the best deal. As far as if you want to be in my programs, if you're going to be joining the master trainings and you want to be in them, joining Synergy is a smart idea, because Synergy does require a long-term commitment, minimum 6 months. The price of the programs, or the price of Synergy, is like almost half the price of one group program, and you get the master trainings, and you get the private events. So it's like if you're going to be here, if you want to commit and you can, Synergy is the way to go, because you just get so much for just such a low price for that. Nay says, I'm joining Synergy sooner than soon. I love that you said that, sooner than soon. That's funny, because normally we'd say sooner than later, but it's like, why even add the later part in? Cats for president. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, so When you're manifesting on a deadline, you catch yourself tripping and running out of time, even though it's an illusion. What's a good affirmation for that? Like things like, I have plenty of time. I have more than enough time. Things always happen for me right on time. I always get things before I need them. The universe is taking care of me. Everything always falls into place for me. Everything always falls into line perfectly. It's all falling into place. It's all working out exactly as it needs to. I have more than enough time. Time collapses for me. Time expands for me. I'm a master of time. I am time. Read the book The Big Leap, and he talks about like when you're in a flow state. So listen, think about this. When you're in a flow state, time expands for you. When you're in like frantic mode, time's not expanding for you. Time is the seconds are ticking down because you're watching them tick down, right? So if when you find yourself in that frantic area of like, oh shit, I'm running out of time, the best thing you could do is like find something that you actually enjoy doing so that you can get into a state of like flow or enjoyment, or, getting into the vortex, as Abraham Hicks might say. Something like that would be the best thing you could do. Like, I'm not worried about that. Let me go do the thing I love to do, because that's what would actually happen if you knew if everything was great and you knew that it was working out. You'd be like, I'm not worried about that, and you'd be doing something you love, right? Okay. Rainbows says, Rainbows, I like that. Do you think that during a recent breakup, it's okay to feel the sadness and emotions, or we have to push through and get out of the 3D? I think it's crucial that you feel the emotions and the sadness, because if you don't, you're just going to save it for later. And then we talked earlier about if you walk around harboring those emotions, then it's like it's like you're trying to play cards with a hand behind your back or something. You're hindering yourself unnecessarily, where if you let go of that energy, then you won't have that inner turmoil, nor will you have the storm of thoughts that validates the inner turmoil and sticks with it. It'll be off your plate and you'll be able to focus on something else. So it like shortens the time that you actually have to experience the pain when you just go through it. Yeah. So it's like if you would just go through the pain you're avoiding going through, you wouldn't have to be in the pain you're in right now. The pain you're avoiding the onslaught of sharp pain, but you're allowing yourself to sit into an area of dull pain in exchange for it. But if you were to go through the intense pain for a little while, then you would free yourself from both of those pains. Manor says, where is this? I saw your live video, which you told that you stopped reacting in your 3D for 30 days. I tried it, but I reacted, couldn't control myself, how to master it. You just keep going. You just keep trying. And for me, it was like, in that moment, it was almost like not, I don't want to say life or death, but it was it was like a do or die moment for me. And I was just like, I have to do something. I have to change. I have to change the way I think about my life, because I'm not going to get where I want to go. I'm just going to continue living this life that I'm obviously not happy with. So it was one of those points where I just got to the end of my rope, and I felt like I had no other option. I had to do it. I had to master it. So for that month, nothing was more important than me doing that and staying on top of it. So if you haven't made it to be the absolute most important thing, then you may react. And if you do, that's fine. But you need to keep going. You don't give up, and you don't say I couldn't do it and not do it now. You keep going. If you stumble on day 2, you pick back up on day 3 and you keep going. Judy, Leanne, will you link the 4-step healing process for Judy again, please? Judy, I have a 4-step healing process that I use to heal my body and what I teach people. And Leanne's going to link the episode of the podcast where I talk about that. Okay. Yeah, it's time to go. I'm going to go. It's 4. I'm hungry. Okay, let's talk about homework real fast. Whatever's our homework going to be this week? Yeah, and Judy, stop saying that you have that thing. Like, literally stop saying it. The only time you should be saying that is when like you have to like if you're at the doctor and you need to like tell them what's going on. Other than that, like there's no reason you need to be associating yourself with having that, even if you've already manifested it in your body. And there's a four-step healing. And then step number 1 is disassociating with it. So that's the very first thing you do is I'm perfectly fine. I am not so and so with this thing. I'm just so and so. And, taking away that label of having the illness, the disability, the whatever it is the very first step. And remember when I talked about earlier, like, are you this version trying to manifest yourself over there, or are you just that version? And this is with the healing. Step 1 is I'm that version already. And you're starting there. Okay. We're talking homework. Again, if you, January group program is Trinity of You, taking your sun, moon, and rising signs and turning yourself into your most powerful version. Pre-sale is on right now. RoxyTalks.com/live programs. Pre-sale will go away in 48 hours. There's also a VIP option to get a half an hour Voxer chat with me private. That's the upgrade for that. It's $11.11 for the whole thing. So if you get the program and the VIP, it's $11.11. That's going to go up as well too after 48 hours. So the VIP option will increase as well. And then the New Year, New You Masterclass, New Year, New You Master Training, December 28th, RoxyTalks.com/live programs. And if you want to join Synergy, which you just get access to all the things I just said, we're having our private Synergy event tomorrow, and it's going to be manifestation trivia game night. So if you're interested in that and you want to join Synergy, I would join today or early tomorrow so that you can get in on our private session tomorrow. This is going to be fun. Jen says the homework should be to not pressure ourselves this week. Okay, Jen, I like it. Okay, so. Dina, thank you, Dina. You're right. I should say, what is Voxer? Voxer is basically like a walkie-talkie app. And I realize that people may not even know what walkie-talkies are anymore because we all have phones. But basically, it's an app where you voice note each other back and forth. But it's kind of cool because like you don't have to like play their message and you get to hear it in real time. So you're basically like walkie-talking with me. And so it's not a video chat, but we're on our phones and we're conversing in real time via voice chat. And, we can talk about your Zodiac and the stuff that we're doing for the program, or we can talk about whatever you want. Honestly, it's your 30 minutes. So that's the VIP option for Trinity of You group program. So, okay, Jen, I like your idea. The homework should be not pressure ourselves. First things first, everybody in the chat, if you plan on doing this homework this week, which is going to be to learn or at least practice, stop pressuring yourself. If that's you, if you're going to do the homework, what I want you to do right now first is I want you to write down or type in the chat, how do you pressure yourself, or when do you pressure yourself, or what are you saying? What does it feel like? Why? What triggers it? I just want everyone to establish a baseline real fast before we go into this homework. Establish your baseline, put it in the chat. How is it that you pressure yourself? Where do you find yourself getting on your own ass? Let's start there. Dina says that sounds super fun. It is fun. Actually, I started Voxer from another coach that I'm studying through. She did a week of Voxer where I'm gonna adopt this mentality, as I'm saying right now. I'm borrowing this from someone else. But she put up a post in the group, and it was a thread, and it's like, if you have any questions for me, put them on this thread. And then she just went through Voxer and just answered all these questions, and it was really good. It was really informative, and of course, so many people are asking questions that help you out, and you're hearing answers to questions you didn't even know you had, and you're just getting like tons of value. And it's like a fun little place because it's like coming through in real time, and obviously you can come back to it, but when you're live, it's like, yay. It's exciting. Okay. Oh, Michelle, you said just finished with white chicken chili. Ooh, that sounds good. Rebecca says deadline mode. I made a sign back in my old apartment, like when I was working on quitting my job and building this business, and it literally was like a red circle with a line through it, and it said deadlines. And I literally had my husband make me a no self-imposed deadline sign because I kept putting all this pressure on myself to like do something by a deadline that I made up that nobody in the world was asking me to do. Like nobody was like, if you don't have that video out by 3 p.m. on Friday, like fuck you. Nobody was asking me to do these deadlines. I was setting them myself, and then I was like killing myself trying to make them. So I like that one. I can relate to that one. Okay, let's see what we have. So we're talking about what do we do to our pressure ourselves? Nate says, I tell myself all the time to take the pressure off. I like that. I like that. So we'll use that too in our homework. Okay, so Rebecca's deadline mode. Leanne says, I pressure myself to focus on work and feel guilty when I take breaks to eat, work out, walk my dog, clean my kitchen. Tommy says, I pressure myself to constantly hustle, feeling guilty for having fun. Tommy, have you read The Big Leap? 2 books are coming to mind for me for what you just said. The Big Leap, and then the book I told you I started reading today is called How Rich People Think. Both of those books I think would help you a lot. Take that pressure off yourself and just understanding why having fun is going to make you more prosperous than hustling ever could. Jen says mine is time-based. Judy says I pressure myself to overwork. I feel you on that one. SG says I pressure myself to avoid yummy treats, keeping my hair tamed and be the best mom. You are the best mom already. I'm the best mom. You said I'm the best mom in the world. And then you become that, and you already are it, and your kids see you as that, and they already do. Avoiding yummy treats. That's what we were talking about earlier. Why would you avoid yummy treats? You're a human. You need to eat. You have to eat to live. Things taste good. That's why we have taste buds. You were literally made to be able to taste things. And you deserve a treat every now and then. So why would it be bad? Is it bad because we're associating what's inside of it with weight gain or bad health or whatever? This is what I was talking about earlier about breaking down all the ideas surrounding weight or weight gain or what's healthy, what's good for you, because the idea of I can't have that. Why wouldn't you be able to have that? Oh, because it's not good for you. Why isn't it good for you? Oh, it makes me gain weight. What do you mean? Why would you associate that story? So this is just stuff to look at. Okay, Tiffany says, been pressuring myself for the last month. Turning 40 has conjured up so many emotions, but I guess pressure is the better word. This is good homework. You know, my best friend turned 40 on Saturday, and I always fuck with her because she's like a year older than me. And every time I feel old, I always think, oh, Emily's a year older. So this weekend I texted her, I was like, bitch, are you 40? She's like, oh my God. And then her son was like, she said her son was just like roasting her all day for being 40. But you know what? It's a rite of passage. It's an honor to be able to reach your 40s. You know, there's people that I love very much that, and I know you too, Tiffany, that aren't going to be able to get there or, you know, or any more, you know, farther than they are. So it's an honor to be able to reach that milestone, and you're doing it with grace. You're doing it with excitement and positivity and with a new lease on life. You have a new career unfolding for you right now. So honestly, this is like the best season of your life if we decide to. Feeling guilty for having fun. Yeah. Yeah. Because the powers that be want you to work for them. They don't want you rich and like doing your own thing, because then who's going to work in their factories and shit? Lucida, I pressure myself to always be doing some spiritual practices. Maybe you need to do different spiritual practices that you resonate with so that you don't have to like force yourself into it. Like for me, I love my meditation so much that I'm like, oh, I'm eager to get into it because I love going there so much. So if you can find something or find a way to love it, it might make it easier to get into it. Manifest your life on purposes. As an entrepreneur, I feel like I always have to work, so I'm going to rewrite that. I agree. You should also check out How Rich People Think, because that's one of the first subjects. The chapter's like a page long, so I don't know if I want to call it a chapter or a subject or whatever, but that's one of the first like 5 is that right there, is that people who come from like the middle class or just like the masses think that they have to work to make money, and that's just not true. Dina says, I pressure myself to be perfect all the time. Yeah, Tommy, you said you've listened to The Big Leap. Time to read it. Yeah. I think reading it, you absorb it in a different way. And there's exercises in it. And so like if you're listening, you're probably not doing the exercises. You're just like plowing through it. I would imagine, unless you're like listening one chapter at a time and then doing the exercises. But generally when you're reading the book, you kind of get a little more involved in the story and the message and stuff. Fly Girl says, I'm working on some more self-care instead of clients. Yes, ma'am. I understand that too. Mama says, I eat yummy treats more than regular food. Again, that's the same thing. What do you mean yummy treats versus regular food? Why would we classify one as good or bad or like okay and not okay? If when you do that, you're insinuating that the stuff you're eating is going to cause a problem in your body. And then you cause a problem in your body, whether that's health related, weight related, whatever. Mama says, my pressure comes into working constantly when I take time off. I'm upset because I can and should be making money and not sitting around my house. You need to read how rich people think. Again, you're thinking that you think money is time. You think work equals money. That's going to keep you, it's going to keep you where you're at for the rest of your life. Valerie says, what if it's things I actually need to do, like getting up and going to school and not procrastinating? Like I have to stop letting myself be like, no, it's fine. Maybe yours can be, instead of stopping pressuring yourself, maybe it's working structure into your schedule, or maybe you're pressuring yourself to go to school and it's making you not want to go. So maybe you can reframe the way you feel about it, the way you're talking about it. Tommy, the Steve, it's the on Amazon How Rich People Think by Steve. I can't remember his last name, but it's a guy. It's a pretty simple cover. It's like a black cover with a guy on it and like words at the top, which did I not just describe every book cover, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, you said you've promised your mom and yourself you're going to get up and stop missing school, but it's like my body doesn't want to, but my mind feels so bad when I do. Other people say, okay, are you going to bed early enough? Like, are you going to bed at like 10 o'clock? I know that sounds lame, but you're 17 years old. You're not even an adult yet. You need to be you should have a bedtime. That sounds ridiculous, but you're a kid. You have to go to school. You should have a fucking bedtime with love. I'm not saying whatever. I'm not trying to cuss at you. Sorry. My point is, you're a child. You're still in school. You need to have a bedtime. You need to get all your hours of sleep and you need to wake up on time and then go to school. You only have a couple years left. You get through this, get the discipline down. And then the point, like what I'm trying to say is stop pressuring yourself to go and set your life up to where it's easier to go. Like how late are you staying? Because why wouldn't you want to wake up in the morning? Like, why can't you get out of bed, get up and going? Maybe you're too tired. Maybe you're staying up too late. When do you shut off your phone? When do you stop looking at your phone? Like putting in some structure in your life can help take the pressure off of you because you won't be not doing the things anymore. Like the pressure comes from the fact that you don't have any structure. You have no structure, so you don't do the things, so you pressure yourself into doing them. But if you were to get the structure, if you were to build a structure and then exist within it, then there wouldn't be any pressure because you'd be set up for success versus set up for failure. Lucida says, Big Sis, I'm here for you. Mystic says, I just got an email for Trinity of you. Oh, you did? Yay. So you're on my list. That's good to know. Steve Siebold. Yes, that's the man. That's his name. SG says, raising the volume for my teen to hear. SG's teen. You need to go to sleep and go to school. And not because you're going to learn so much and blah, 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 because you need to learn how to get through shit. You need to like put some discipline into your world and appreciate the structure of life so that you can actually create something you want. Like, I know it sounds opposite, but if you can like hunker down and like get through school and like have a focus and a plan for what you want to do, it makes doing what you want to do a lot easier. Mama, you're still talking about junk food. So you get what I'm saying? What do you mean junk? Why are you calling it that? Why are you assuming that if you eat it, it's going to add junk to your body? I'm just saying don't associate shit like that. Like you can change the way you think about it and the way you talk about it. You don't have to, but I just, I don't see why you wouldn't. You said, yeah, I get that because growing up, even when I was little, my parents always took us to school late and it got worse, but I needed to go to sleep early. Yeah, you need to set your own structure. You're old enough now to take care of yourself. Start. Like you're still a child, but you're about to be an adult. So you're in this area where like you should be experiencing the rest of your childhood as long as possible. You're going to be an adult for a long time. You're only a kid for a very, very short period of time. And I know when you're a kid, it feels like it's taking forever, but Bitch, once you're older, that shit takes forever. And your body ages. You feel like, oh, I know, let's not. You get younger every day and you feel so great. Your body feels better every single day. My point is that childhood and adolescence and teen is gone in the blink of an eye, and you'll never be back there again. You'll never have the level of, I don't want to say freedom, because I know not everyone's situation is the same, but the where you're at as in high school and as a kid, you don't ever go back there. You don't ever get that chance again. And I've been there. I know what it feels like to have someone older than you tell you that stuff. I get it, because I remember hearing the same shit and being like, bitch, you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be young forever. You don't know what it's like for us. But we do, because we've been there. We went through all the trials and tribulations that you're going through. And then I've been through, I'm not saying everything you've been through, but I've been through 17 years of life plus 20 more. Okay. So like, it just keeps fucking going. This time right now where you're young and you're in your parents' house and you have like relative freedom and stuff, like this doesn't last forever. So be a kid right now. Soak up your high school years now, because you're never going to go back to them. And if your high school sucks, then we need to change the way we're thinking about it, change the way we feel about it, manifest something else. But yeah, okay, you get it. I've been harping on it for a while. Mama says, y'all teens, they take your asses to bed. They do. They're staying up too damn late and they're looking at their phones too late and they're not getting sleep, and then they don't want to get up and do life. And they unfortunately had to spend so much of their time on Zoom calls. It's like, how can you feel motivated? I get it, but you're going to have to insert that structure back into your own life, because no one else can do it for you. No one's going to do it for you, obviously. And I mean that with love, not in a mean way. No one does it for anybody. No one does it. You have to do that for yourself for the rest of your life. Judy, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I affirm my youth and just want to try to make sure that I'm saying what I want to say about how I look. Okay. So everybody talked about, they know what their pressures are. So your homework is going to be, you've identified your pressure. You've identified the area where you make yourself feel like you're not doing enough. Or Dina says, excuse me, imagine having Roxy while you're still in high school. I feel the same. I mean, I wish I knew this shit when I was in high school. It would have made my life a lot better. I know that, a lot easier than I made it. That's for damn sure. But I always kind of knew it also. So it was like something that was innate in me. So I would be able to like use it and harness it sometimes, but not as much as I would if I knew what the fuck I was doing. So you know how you put pressure on yourself. So your homework this week is to pay attention to when you pressure yourself. And then I want you to analyze, because I don't want you to do anything that's going to like rock the boat too much, or like I don't want you to like swing the other direction of like beating yourself up in a different way of like, oh, now I'm pressuring myself. I'm pressuring myself. No, I want you to notice that you're pressuring yourself and then be like, okay, I'm pressuring. How can I pull back? How can I release my grip? What am I pressuring? Like, is it because I haven't done what I'm supposed to do? Is it because I have a program that says that I'm supposed to be doing more? Is it because I actually should be doing more and I'm not doing it? Really like look at why you're pressuring yourself. And this is where our awareness comes in. We want to hone the power of our awareness, hone the skill of awareness, because the more aware you are, the more options you have to change your reality. So, Tilly says, at age 17 is when I found out about all of this and everything changed. I was in the same situation as this other person. It gets better if you affirm, it gets better. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love, it would be great if I had learned it when I did, but I learned it when I did because I was supposed to be here at this moment. So it's perfect. So I want you to recognize and know when you're doing the pressure thing. And then I want you to let the pressure off a little bit. How can I pull back? How can I release? Why am I doing this? What is it tied to? What kind of action should I take? Like, if I'm clear-headed about this and I'm not just attacking this from a like, I need to be doing more perspective. Do I really need to be doing more, or do I need to fucking rest? Is that why my body won't let me do it, because I need to rest right now? Or is it something else? And just really like analyze. So Judy says, are you saying let go of the pressure? I'm saying to analyze the pressure and to let yourself off of it a little bit. And of course, yeah, like don't pressure. The whole point is don't pressure yourself. That's the homework. I'm telling you like how, right? So working on not pressuring yourself. I want you to pay attention when you do and then analyze why you're pressuring and then and this is like taking you out of the moment of stressing and going, pressure, 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 and pulling back and be like, oh, there's me pressuring myself. Why am I pressuring? Do I need to do the thing? Should I not do it? What? Just pay attention to what you're doing and why, and have the awareness and the discernment going on within you to say, this is an okay thought or practice for me to continue, or you know what? I'm not going to treat myself like that anymore. Whether or not I need to get off my ass and do something is irrelevant. Do I need to treat myself like this in the moment? No, I don't. I really don't. And sometimes pressure is good. Sometimes we need it, right? Like in the right area, maybe. Like we were talking about with Valerie, like not pressuring yourself, but putting some structure into your schedule that will actually set you up for a less pressure-filled life. It may seem like you have to do something first, but maybe you do. Maybe you have to set yourself up in a different way. But this is how you're going to find out, right? So I want you to pay attention to when and where you pressure, when, where, and how you pressure. And in the moment, pause the cycling through the stress and analyze what's going on. Why am I feeling this? Why am I pressuring myself? Whew, let's take a few breaths. Let's like, you can literally like visualize yourself like letting go of like clenched hands and like, it feels so good to relax. Get into the energy of somebody that's not pressuring, who pays attention when they pressure and then does not do that to themselves. So that's your homework. Leanne will put that into the group, community.roxytalks.com. That's our free group if you want to keep the conversation going with Mindset people, Mindset Monday. Connect with them, share your stories, ask your questions. We have a lot of success stories and stuff in there. And obviously you can connect with your people. And I still don't know about the fate of Black Moon Society just yet. I don't know if I'm going to keep it open or not. But if you want to join a community that you don't have to get onto Facebook to get into, community.roxytalks.com. It's got its own app, so you can download it on your phone and you don't have to go into the social media to get there. Okay. Michelle, you had to stop pressuring today. Is that what you're talking about? Or take a 4-hour nap, a 3-hour nap. Leanne just linked the community in the chat. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Okay, so it's 4:22. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. You know your homework. Stop pressuring yourself. I'm hearing Michael Jackson in my head. Just stop pressuring me. You know that song, Scream? I'm sure you do. If you're an 80s or 90s baby, you know Scream by Michael Jackson. That's what I'm hearing in my head. Go listen to that song. Stop pressuring yourself. If Shannon were here, I'm sure she said, go have a dance party. Go have a Madonna or an MJ dance party or Beyonce dance party. And just focus more on caring for yourself in the moment versus pressuring yourself into doing something. The other thing is like when you're under pressure, sometimes people, work well under pressure. I kind of do because my brain works perfectly the way I want it to. But working well under like on a deadline or a crunch time is different than like hounding yourself for something. So again, I don't want to like take away from the idea of like, do the stuff you're supposed to do. Like, I'm not saying don't do stuff. Oh, there's Shannon. I'm not saying don't go do stuff. I'm saying like, don't like pressure yourself into doing it. If you're having a hard time doing something, figure out why. Is it because you're burnt out, or is it because you don't have enough space? Is it because your schedule's not like set up for that? Is it because you don't really actually want to do this thing? Really like paying attention to what it is so that you can have the emotional awareness to manifest what you do want and stop just living this life by default. Okay. Mama, yeah. Sometimes it works with the pressure. Sometimes I can just like, when I'm in the zone, it's like, whew. Have you seen those? I'm following all these ADHD. Well, not really following the accounts, but the memes pop up in my thing because they make me laugh and it makes me feel better about myself to see them. And they're like, it's like the ADHD thing where you procrastinate for like 7 hours and in 12 minutes, and then you fit 8 hours worth of work into fucking 53 minutes or whatever, 47, whatever the math is. But yeah, it's like, are you the type of person, the type of ADHD that like procrastinates for 7 hours and then fits an entire day's worth of work into 1 hour? Yes, that's me. It's like half task paralysis and then half like crazy mad scientist. Shannon. Mama says task paralysis is real. It really is. It really is. And you know what? Speaking of pressure, like I'll share something with you guys. For me, that's one area where I used to pressure myself a lot is like in task paralysis, because now that I have had my ADHD diagnosis, which again, I'm still working on how I'm going to affirm that and what I'm going to affirm about it. So yes, I know I'm affirming it. I know the first step of healing is to not associate with it, but I'm not there. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I right now I like the diagnosis that I have because it makes me feel better about myself, right? So, but before I had my diagnosis, when I would be in task paralysis, I would be like beating up on myself the whole time. But like I can't move because I'm overwhelmed from how much I've been doing. And yet I'm sitting there telling myself I need to do more. So, Mally, you have it too. Hi, Mal. I didn't know you were still here. But yeah, so that's an area where I used to definitely pressure myself as in task paralysis. Like I would just be so like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit while I'm sitting there. Like I can't fucking move. I can't get up. I literally can't move. And so it's really weird. If you've ever experienced it, but, Day says, I love my ADHD brain. I do too. I definitely love some things about it. And then there's things that I'm like, you know what? I think we should work on that. We don't need to continue manifesting that. So Lucida says, I used to get a high off of deadline pressure, especially in college. I still get off on it sometimes. You know, that's what I was saying. Like sometimes it's okay. Like if you work well under pressure, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying like don't beat up on yourself, forcing yourself into stuff that like you're not aligned with at the moment. And instead like pay attention to why and what's going on within you and blah, blah, blah. Again, it's self-awareness. It's emotional intelligence. You're building your knowledge of you so that you can treat yourself in the best possible way, so you can set up your life in the best possible way so that you don't have to experience all this mental strife that we give ourselves. Valerie said that's what it feels like with doing homework. Now that I'm not the right person to ask for about that because I did not do my homework. I was not I probably could have been a lot better student if I had actually done my homework, but I did not do homework as much as I should have. So find someone else. Find someone else for mentoring on that because you don't want it. You don't want, don't come my way for that. Okay. Yep, Malachi, you're right. Mally says, if you can create without emotional attachment, ADHD can be your best friend because it's unlimited with ideas. Yeah. I love how expansive my thinking is. I like a lot of the stuff about it. Some of it I don't necessarily want to continue affirming. Rebecca says, be a Chillosaurus Rex. Yes, we're Chillosaurus Rexies. Speaking of which, I need to find out when the plushie is going to be ready. I started going into production for a Chillosaurus Rex plushie in June. So that'll come down the line at some point, coming down the line. But all right, I got to go. I'm hungry. It's time to go. Jen says Roxy. It's so funny you said Rexy. I don't know. I used to babysit these kids and they didn't know how to say my name, so they'd call me Rex. They'd be like, Rex. So we had like a little inside joke. Call me Rex sometimes. Mystic Dragon says, I wonder if there's a correlation between ADHD and those of us who channel. Yes, there is. Actually, there is 100% because when you have ADHD, you notice so much more, and so much more comes into your frame of reference, and you're able to like pick up on energies and things that other people can't because you're taking in so much. So I've actually seen stuff about the fact that ADHD and intuition go like a heightened sense of intuition and ADHD going hand in hand. So yes, 100%. Judy, yes, I'm making a plushie for the Chillosaurus Rex. Sorry, I'm so focused. Rebecca says, ironic that you now assign homework. I know, but it's not like a paper. It's the mindset I want you to take with you for the week. That's what the homework is. It's not supposed to be something obviously to pressure you. It's not paper homework. It's not like a fucking report. But it's it's the energy that you can take with you this week to maintain what we're doing here. Valerie, yeah, get help for the dyslexia, and then you don't have to affirm it. You can get help from it without affirming it. Mystic, should I assign an essay next week? Just kidding. I mean, I do sometimes. I'm like, write your story. But yeah, but it's like a fun story. It's a story you want to write. It's not like fucking, I don't know. I was just gonna make up some battle, but I'm like, I don't even remember history that much. Mama says it's 360, not homework. Yeah, it is 360. You're right. It's maintaining this. Jen, I love nicknames too. And in fact, Jen, I can't give you this. I cannot bestow this nickname onto you because it is my best friend's nickname. And I'm going to say it because she can't stop me right now. And I'm not going to say the name that the rest of the world knows her by. I'm only going to say the name that I call her. I'm the only person who calls her this. But my best friend Jen that we talked about, her nickname, I call her Jennifart. She is Jennifart for now and forever till the day she dies. I don't care how cool she is, how popular she gets. I don't care who likes her. She is Jennifart for the rest of her life to me. And so when I see your name, Jen, I always think about Jennifart. And then for her, she calls me Mungus because I'm the Roxamungus. So Mungus and Jennifart. Those were her names. So anyways, okay, it's time to go. Where can we buy the plushie? It will be available at roxytalks.com when it's ready, but it's still in production. So I don't know actually, because I need to check my email and see if I have anything that might not have been seen. But anywho, yeah, so as soon as that comes out, I will let you know. Liam says next week a haiku about manifesting. Valerie says we had an essay at school about self-concept, and that's the only essay I actually did on time and was actually excited about. There we go. Cyber says humongous. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I gotta go. Judy says, please make it. I am. I'm in production with it. Oh, please make it pink. It's this first one's black. But we will do more, but the first one is black. The first one looks just like the Chillosaurus Rex shirts. Judy, I see now that the emoji was supposed to mean pink. Yeah, so the first Chillosaurus Rex is just like can I reach that? If I had some fucking go-go gadget arms. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, bitch. Please. Oh my god, come on. Oh, fudge. Okay. Okay. Oh god. Oh, I did it, you guys. This is what the first round's gonna look like. So she's gonna be black with pink eyes and stuff. And then you know, when we do like the next like version, the next editions and stuff like that, we can do. I definitely want to do a pink one. So that will happen. It's just that right now she's gonna be the OG, exactly how you know her, Chillosaurus Rex. SG says, I would get a bright pink one like magenta. Girl, you better get a black one too. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there will be a pink one eventually, but right now the first round's going to be black. No, I haven't watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I will. I will. Okay. I got to go. I got to get off this thing. We end up talking for so long, and then I'm like, how has it been 3 hours? And it's just because from this point forward, we just talk about random shit, and then it ends up being 3 hours before I know it. Lucida, thank you. If you like that pillow is available. If you go to roxytalks.com, to get to my merch, if you just scroll down on the homepage, there's like a banner. You can also get to it from clicking the community tab at the top of my website. But there are Chillosaurus Rex shirts and sweatshirts and pillows and home shit and all kinds of stuff. Blankets. I have like a big, huge like fleece blanket, like bath towels and stuff. So anyways, that's that. And if you are ready to kind of harness some of your power here, you're ready to focus and make some like headway and like really hit the ground running for the new year. We have the New Year, New You Master Training happening December 28th. It's live. It's roughly like an hour to 2 hours. And we just get together and we plow through some information. I give you a bunch of good information, and then you go about in your life implementing it. It's get in, get out. It's quick. It's fun. We have like really high energy. It's one of my favorite things to run at the master trainings because it's just like so much energy, so quick. And yeah, it's just like it's like jubilation. It's exciting. It's an exciting feeling. So, New Year, New You. That's that. And then the January group program, Trinity of You, is in pre-sale right now. So it's $777 to join Trinity of You, and it will go up to $999 on Wednesday at noon. And again, there is a VIP option if you want to upgrade. You get a 30-minute private Voxer chat with me. And Voxer is an app where we would do like voice text. It's like walkie-talkie voice texting. Tiffany, are there Chillosaurus Rex blankets? Yes, there are, and they're really nice. And I have one in that closet, but I can't reach that with my arms. But yeah, it's like a nice fleece blanket. They're really nice and cozy, and really big too. So there are Chillosaurus Rex blankets. I love them. Jen, my task is to come up with a nickname for you. I don't know why my head is just saying Ben. Ben. But that's not a very good nickname, but it's funny. Okay, everybody. It's that time. I gotta do it. I gotta get off. I gotta jump off the live. I need to put food into my mouth. I need to chill. I need to decompress. You're gonna do the same. Everybody go do something nice for yourself. Go celebrate yourself. Call a friend, pat yourself on the back, have a dance party, recite your affirmations, write down your goals, have a cry session if you need to, go to bed early. Just do something to take care of yourself today, and make sure you do your mindset work for the week. We're working on we don't like homework, I guess, apparently. So we're going to try to work on another name. Our mindset tasks for the week are extending our energy, whatever that is. Your mindset week, mindset assignments, I don't know, is to pay attention to when you pressure yourself, and then really analyze it and kind of go in the moment, take the pressure off, like your foot's on the gas, pull it off the gas a little bit. And oh my God, Ben's your car's name? That's so weird. That's so fucking weird. Like, why was that coming through? Like, I just was like, it was like Ben, like right away, Ben. And focus on questioning why you're pressuring, lessening the pressure, and then setting yourself up to exist in a world where the pressure is not necessary. That's what it is. So set yourself up for the pressure not being necessary. Like what we were saying with Valerie is like, if you had a schedule and you're going to bed earlier, then it would help you get up in the morning and go to school, and you wouldn't feel so like lethargic and not want to do anything. And then you wouldn't be beating up on yourself because you're not doing anything. So just changing a few things will help you, again, shift the whole thing. So, oh my God, Jen, or Mama, you said your car is Van Diesel. That's fucking funny. Okay. Jen's car is named after Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, you're my age. You just revealed your age, Jen. That's so funny. Tommy, love you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, we're going to have a great... Oh yeah, happy holidays. Happy holidays. Focus on yourself. Love yourself. If you're around triggering people, then just take a moment if you need to. Step away. Do your meditations. Have a moment to yourself like Dr. Joe does. Listen to some affirmations, and just try to have some grace for yourself and for the other people around, because most of them probably don't know this information, and that's sad for them, right? We want to extend them some compassion if they don't understand this information, and intend that they do. So, oh my God, Mariah Camry, shut up. Mariah Camry. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And I will see you guys next week.